Bottom of the 10th inning. Mets down 9-7. And the hard-throwing closer for the Guardians, Emmanuel Clase, comes on.
We see his numbers pedestrian compared to his almost perfect numbers last year. Appeared in 77 games, ERA of 1.36 and 42 saves.
Well, he leads the league in appearances this year after leading the league last year. And you know, he had 4 blown saves all of last year. He was 42 of 46, and he's already got 4 blown saves this year.
But that does go with 15 saves.
Yep, leads the league as he led last year. Brett Beatty will be the free runner as we start the bottom of the 10th. Mets came from 2 runs down in the 10th 2 nights ago, and they'll try and do it again tonight. Starling Marte will be the first man up against Clase. Angel De Los Santos and Tyler Stephan did a great job of calming this game down for Cleveland. They each worked a 1-2-3 inning in the 8th and 9th respectively. And now Clase trying to close it out. Marte 0 for 3 tonight. He's also been hit by a pitch. And he takes that first cutter inside at 98 miles an hour, ball 1.
Boy, that shot really gave you a feeling of what it's like to face this young man.
So much movement at such a velocity. In the air, right center field. That's playable for Brennan. And he makes the catch. Tagging his Beatty. He'll go over to third, but that's the first out. And now Mark Vientos will take his rips. Vientos got 0 for 3 and a walk in his second start of the season. Clase, just 25 years old. That's up the middle. Vientos has a base hit. That'll bring in Beatty to cut the Guardians' lead to 1 run. It's now 9-8, and the tying run is on first. So Beatty with his first hit of the night drives in a run. It's now 9-8.
Well, halfway there. You know you're going to get something on the outside part of the plate. Very aggressive like he was in his first AB, Vientos, and gets himself his first base hit tonight.
Now Daniel Vogelbach is going to bat for Mark Canha. Been a struggle for Vogelbach lately, hitless in his last 9 at bats. Eduardo Escobar will run for Vientos, carrying the tying run. So Vogelbach, who has at least a small advantage in that he's had an at bat against Clase before, steps in with the tying run at first, Escobar, and 1 out. 9-8 Cleveland, 10th inning. And Vogelbach takes the fastball away for ball 1.
Well, a few things here if you're thinking about the stolen base. It's very slow to the plate, but the catcher threw out 2 yesterday trying to steal. He's got an outstanding arm.
One of the best throwers in the American League. And Vogelbach takes that one on the inside corner, a slider. 1-1. Clase's given up 2 steals this year, none caught. Opposition 10 for 11 against him in his career. There goes Escobar. The throw by Gallagher on a hop. Escobar's in. The ball goes into center field, but Escobar has to stay put. Escobar steals the base, his first of the year, to put the tying run into scoring position.
I love the aggressiveness. Why not? He's given it to you despite the good arm, but not a good throw by Gallagher. If it was, Escobar would have been out.
And Rosario bailed out.
Yep.
Instead of blocking that ball, but no damage. Now a base hit could tie it. 1-2 to Vogelbach. And he swings and misses at the slider from Clase, and that's the second out. So Vogelbach comes up empty, and now the Mets are down to their final out, exactly where they were on Wednesday night in the 9th inning when Francisco Alvarez came to the plate and hit a game-tying 3-run homer. Now Alvarez, who's also homered tonight, could tie it with a base hit and win it with a long ball. And a conference at the mound for the Guardians as as Gallagher comes in to talk, and so does Arias, the first baseman.
You know what reminds me of, Gary? Reminds me of one of his first at-bats when he came up in a huge situation and he just could not lay off the pitches that were outside of the strike zone. Growth comes with times in the major leagues. Let's see how far he's grown in this big at-bat.
That was Josh Hader earlier this year, and he cited that when he hit the home run 2 nights ago in the 9th inning against Jason Adam. Now facing Clase with the tying run at second and 2 out, last of the 10th. And Alvarez carves one foul on that first pitch cutter, 0-1.
Part of the discipline, Gary, in this situation is that you would love to hit a 2-run home run, but you do not need a 2-run home run. Base hit.
You know who needs a 2-run homer? The Mets bullpen. And Alvarez takes that slider on the outside corner, and now the Mets are down to their final strike.
Pitch from Clase, perfect pitch from an almost perfect pitcher.
Alvarez digging in. 0-2 from Clase, and a ground ball toward the home, base hit! Around third, Escobar. He heads for the plate. The throw by Kwan goes to the backstop. The game is tied. Alvarez down to second. It's 9-9. Never say die week for the New York Mets. Alvarez on an 0-2 pitch found the hole, and we're tied again.
Well, this is why Clase has blown some saves this year. Bad pitch, left down and in with that cutter, trying to go away off the plate, and Ramirez couldn't get to it. Hustled by Escobar, and do not forget the stolen base by Escobar that put him in a position to tie this game.
Now the winning run at second for Nimmo, and he takes a cutter for a strike at 101 miles an hour.
Growth, patience.
By the way, a terrible throw by Kwan, allowing Alvarez to go to second. He had no chance to throw at Escobar. Here's the 0-1 to Nimmo, and a swing and a miss. Now that one caught the catcher Gallagher on the foul tip. Got him on the throwing hand.
Has that hand right against his thigh and right off his thumb.
Oh. That's a terrible place to put your hand, by the way.
I haven't seen him with his hand there all night. I was wondering, maybe trying to help himself. You can see that hand shaking.
Brooks Raley getting ready in case there is an 11th inning. Mets were down to their final strike before Alvarez struck.
Gary, I can't tell you what's going through the mind of that young hitter in that situation, but I will say the all or nothing swing that he had against Hader months ago, or a month ago, certainly not the same swing he took on that 2-strike pitch to get the Mets even.
Clase unable to throw in any warm-up pitches as they tend to Gallagher. You wonder if that plays a factor when we're ready to resume.
I mean, he'd be lucky to not break his thumb or finger. I mean, it hit right into the crevice between the forefinger and your thumb.
I think he was lucky, caught a little bit of that fatty stuff between the thumb and the forefinger. Otherwise, he'd be in real trouble.
And these catchers are tough as nails.
So Clase has not thrown a pitch in what, 3-4 minutes?
Yep. Should always play catch with one of the infielders.
He's ahead on Nimmo, 0-2. Alvarez at second with 2 out, tied at 9 in the bottom of the 10th. Nimmo's 0 for 4 tonight. And Brandon slaps one to the left side. Rosario deep in the hole. The long throw to first. Off the bag, Arias. And Nimmo's safe at first. Smart play by Arias to vacate the base. Otherwise, the winning run might have scored. It's a base hit for Nimmo, and now the winning run is at third for Lindor.
This is not a very smart play by Rosario. He had no chance to get a Nimmo at first base. A nice play by Arias to come off the base, but the only play there is to hold it and see if Alvarez takes a turn.
So you knew it was going to come down to this. Lindor with a chance to be the hero against his old team. Nimmo runs in a slide, base hit, and the Mets win it! Lindor against Cleveland gets the winning hit, and the Mets win 10-9. Oh, wow! What a tremendous week of baseball these New York Mets have put on. Down 5-0 to begin this game. Alonso with the grand slam to tie it. Down 2 runs in the 10th for the second time in 3 days. And again, they come back to win. And it's Lindor in his first ever game against Cleveland who comes through with the game-winning hit.
Jumps all over the first pitch. Another cutter that found the middle of the plate. Strong enough to just get this past Andres Jimenez. And after the infield hit from Nimmo, Alvarez, big at bat earlier, scores a run. So the babies and the veterans get the job done here in the 10th inning. Beatty scores a run. Vientos with a base hit. Escobar with a stolen base. Alvarez with a base hit, and now Lindor to end it.
We talked about it earlier tonight, how long the Mets lineup looks all of a sudden, and they need every bit of length tonight to win this game, their biggest comeback victory of the season. And it's the former Cleveland shortstop who comes through with the game-winning hit in the bottom of the 10th after the Mets came off the mat again. Big hits by Vientos and Alvarez, and ultimately Lindor, who's standing by with Steve Gelb. Steve?
All right, Gary, thanks. Francisco, that's a couple of stirring wins in the last 3 days. How would you describe what's gotten into this team here over the last week?
We're sticking together. We're playing for each other. We're playing for everyone here. We don't back down from any challenges that we got in our way, and God is good, man.
First pitch swinging against Clase. What were you looking for in that spot?
I got to give all the credit to Jeremy. He said, got a good pitch in the middle, try to put it in the upper deck. I did not do that, but it went through.
Francisco, in that 10th inning, it was again the kids setting things up. What has impressed you the most about their poise and their ability to make impacts in big moments here?
We call them the babies. The baby Mets. They're doing an outstanding job of grinding at bats, running the bases hard, being accountable, and we got to take a hat to one of our leaders, Nemo, that at bat at the end. Just putting the ball in play, good things happen. I know I haven't done that a lot, but thank you for sticking with me.
Anything extra special about doing it in your first game against Cleveland?
Winning is always special. Winning is always special. I'm blessed to have my family here, and the fans are sticking by me day in and day out, so I appreciate you guys.
Francisco, thanks for the time. Congrats on a big win.
Yep, thank you. You jumped to the boys. The boys did it.
All right, Gare, back to you.
Mets with another thriller as they come from behind again and again and again. 10 innings, 10-9. Mets get back to 500 in thrilling fashion. They've won 3 in a row, 2 of them in heart stoppers, as Francisco Alvarez hit the base hit that got the Mets even, and Francisco Lindor with the winning hit after Alonso had tied it with a grand slam.